I'm going hard in the paint, not on this one, but we have a return visitor, and well, let me show you. We have a very, very bad oil leak, and I want to show you guys where it's coming from. Fellas, grab your mirrors, grab your lights, not flashing, and check out, if I can locate it. Look at your turbo supply fitting O-ring. Grab your mirrors, grab your lights, boys. It's oil leak repair time. All right, everybody, thanks so much for coming back and checking us out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I'm coming at you live from the bowels of this 2011 6.7 with 100 and I don't know how many thousand miles on it. But if you guys take a look-see at this trucksy, this is another candidate that was in a video where we took the lame-o internal EGR cooler guts and upgraded them to the Superduty one so that we can get rid of that dreaded P0401. But as you saw in the beginning of this video, that big nasty oil leak under the truck, well, if it's underneath, it could be coming from up top. And the telltale sign of oil down here was in the valley when I first got a hold of this thing. You guys can see the black oil liquid down in there through that little cavity right there. But anyway, as I was showing you in the very first part of the scene, the oil's all coagulated here on top of the turbo, and that's pretty much where you need to put your mirror so you can see the fitting and then all the oil that has now leaked on top of the turbo. So what I'm going to do is take all this apart. I'm going to do a little narration and talking to you all third person about the tips, the tools, how I'm holding things, how I'm going to access all this, and we're all going to take this apart together. So no more talkie-talkie for me right now. It's narration time. No, phone call. I swear my phone rings so much during the day. I need a freaking secretary. If I answered everything, I wouldn't be able to get anything done. Moving right along. Gonna go for this air snorkel contraption. I take this out a little differently than taking the coolant lines off. I don't typically drain the coolant lines when I'm taking any of this stuff off, but it's just kind of my little method that I've used. Oh yeah, swapping over to the gun, M12. Gotta love my M12 stuff. Since this customer came in, since the last time he actually, put the Banks air filter on. So that's what I'm going ahead and taking off right now. Gonna reuse all these fasteners. Ooh, look at that flip. Clean filter. I don't know what you guys use to clean your cleanable filters, but I have used the K&N kit, which is red oil. I just had a customer tell me the other day that he used the S&B, the blue oil. So I don't know. I'll have to check that out next time I need to go and clean ours. All right, finally pulling this out. Get this little plastic thing out. Oh, make sure it's not broke. Right there where I had my hand going underneath, I've seen it crack and allowing unfiltered air to get into your turbo. Here is the vacuum pump connection from the vacuum pump to the reservoir, which is actually part of the coolant degas bottle. I don't know if you guys ever knew that. That degas bottle right there is also the coolant bottle, vacuum reservoir, and the driver's side battery box and hold down. All right, what are we doing here? Back to the, ooh, we're going for the 3/8 coupler. No, not 3/8 coupler. This was a 10 mil. Ooh, it button hooked me here. Typically an 11 mil, but these pusher pipes for the 11 through 16 have a 10 mil nut holding that on. Make sure to check the merch store in every video description. Get yourself one of those PTT screwdrivers. We also have some awesome stickers, shirts, mugs, tumblers, all sorts of PTT accoutrement. Oh yeah, work it off. That is going to be transferred over to a pusher pipe if you are taking off the stock one. One thing about the pusher pipes, it is no joke. These things do not, will not blow off. It is, you can see me struggling just to get the silicone boot to slide off that pipe. But once you break the seal, you can finally get it. But it's definitely no joke. Let's see, what kind of tool am I gonna get? Oh no, I know what I'm getting. I gotta turn the fan on because I'm about to start sweating. You can see me right now. I'm like, ooh, I'm sweating. Yeah, especially these pusher pipes, man. It really hurts the tips of my fingers trying to get right in there like I'm doing. Come on, get it off. Get it off. Come on, you turkey. And you're kind of limited. I don't want to stick anything between that rubber silicone and the painted pipe, so you kind of can't really use a screwdriver. I don't want to use a plastic thing because that's gonna kind of mar it up. I wouldn't want to use it on mine. I'm not going to use it on yours, so I eventually wind up getting it here. Let's see what else do I wind up doing. Let's see here. Come on, pull. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right, we got fast forward. Finally, I get my fingers underneath it. I think this is where I think I just broke the seal. Get it pulled off. Come on, buddy. Hello, buddy. Here you go, buddy. Old time hockey. Here you go, buddy. Come on, buddy. Here you go, buddy. Man, you would have thought I would have gotten it by now. Not. Gonna do a little clamp spreading. Don't want to scratch the pipe. Gonna have a party. Today, Junior? Man, this is what you guys are like when you're watching my stuff. Like, I'm yelling at myself. Let's go. Come on. Get this pipe off. What am I doing? All right, I think I had to take a breather. Yeah, that was tough. Some days you got it. Some days you just don't got it. But I think I went and grabbed the Amsoil silicone spray, so when I do get it, it was going to get a little slippier and slide off just like that. It's get that clip. Can't forget the clip. Gotta put it in there. Right, meow. A lot of people I see take that off. I've had so many trucks come in and that clip's been facing the gap at 6 o'clock. And like, how are you supposed to get that off for the next guy? So I am always mindful of trying to put that back in the correct spot. All right, I'm going down for the trim tool little Christmas tree clip thingy. Kind of twangs that harness on that goes to the little EGR pipe. Little 2-pin connector, no biggie. And then there is a plastic little clamshell tether directly next to it. You'll see that for yourself as you untether that. And we have 4 8mm, and do not drop them. They're not magnetic. They're titanium. So, just forewarning, this is the combo you're going to need. A little 6-inch extension. I highly recommend you get some wobbly sockets, but we'll go ahead and rip all 4 of these. They are going to be reused. Yeah, get them out of your hand. Minimize that risk. Favorite tool. I don't know what I would do without it. Alright, pipe's coming off. I always reuse these gaskets. They're never messed up. Kind of do one of them things. Out of sight, out of mind. Dealing with this flip-flop mess. No biggie. No biggie. But I think I realized halfway through this that I was actually going to have to drain the coolant. So if you are watching this, go ahead and drain the coolant because I wound up doing the coolant fitting and the oil fitting. I wasn't thinking when I was first starting to tear into this. Going for this EGR throttle body. It's not a throttle body for throttle body like you're letting air and fuel into the vehicle. That not air and fuel. I meant air, but throttle body like the gasoline jobs. This is strictly for EGR flow and inducing that back into the intake manifold, creating a low pressure area, and it would just naturally flow back into the intake. So we're going for these again 8mm, 4 of them. Just working around this charge pipe. Didn't want to deal with that coupler down there. As I sit here narrating, I can't remember if I took that all the way off further in the video. I do remember I forgot to drain the coolant, so. Okay, I'm going to do one of these hold jobs. Left all the bolts in. I'm going to take all the bolts and the gasket and the throttle body all out as one. It can be nasty. Slimy EGR, nastiness all over the place. So, forewarning. And you're kind of wind up looking like this. Back to the upper intake. This is my second favorite gun, is the 3/8, not snub nose. You'll see me use the snub nose later, but gonna hit these 8mm. Again, hitting it with that swivel. My go-to sockets. Get all of them that I can with the 8mm gun, and then I swap back over to some quarter drives. You guys dig these lights at Harbor Freight? I bought 2 of them. One's kind of flip-flopped and is no longer holding its position, but continues to illuminate. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it or what. We'll see. Just disconnected the map sensor. That's the one that can clog up and cause you some boost-related DTCs. That's unfortunately Banks does not have one for an 11 through 16. Actually, do they? I guess that would work. Actually, I need to make a video on that. If anybody is in the Metro Detroit area, holler at me. 947-900-1115. Let's make a video on your truck. Get you dialed in with some maintenance and some other doodads. All right, I'm kind of tucking that EGR, all right, not EGR, heater hose over the EGR cooler, so it's kind of out of my way. And I'm gonna come back in here with my quarter drive ratchet, zip out these 4 8mm that are just chilling up in here. Oh yeah, newer trucks as they continue to evolve, 13, 14s, 15s. That one bolt right up front close to the EGR cooler was a stud. The harness ran a different way, and it was kind of, I don't know, had a little tower stud thingy that would tether the harness to that intake stud. Oh, I forgot, this truck had the CCV thing on it, and gave a little better lighting so you guys could actually see what I was doing. Going for the dipstick tube, oil and the trans are tethered together. Always got to rip those out in order to take the intake manifold off. Sometimes I was just gonna say sometimes I completely forgot. Sometimes there is a plastic clip there holding the wastegate vacuum line to the trans dipstick tube. So you just always want to make sure you collect that, or if it falls between the intake and the cylinder head, you don't want to take the intake manifold off and then, oh my gosh, have that fall right in as you take the intake out of the engine compartment. So that can kind of be a little worrisome if you're not paying attention. You know, kind of maybe give the air a little spritz of compressed air, or give the intake a spritz of compressed air, or just know that you're not dropping anything. So 4 on the driver, 4 on the passenger. Come back with a little a trim tool or a pry bar. Get a little floppity flop, and I can't remember what my next course of action was going to be. Sometimes I got to take this charge air cooler duct off. Other times I can sneak it out, and I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I can't remember. No, yeah, I need to take the charge pipe off. I was trying not to mess with that, but yeah, I'm remembering now. This was a while since I made the video and filmed it. I kind of forgot all about this. I've done the repair multiple times. Just this particular instance, it was quite some time ago. I would say, when was this? 2.5 months ago, as we're sitting here talking about this. 3 months ago? No, probably 2.5 months ago. Be careful not to break that black little tiny line coming off that piggyback line. That'll cause you pain in the butt. Big shout out to Zeekster, man. Gosh, I love you. Big help getting us some new uniforms, new threads. I guess I've never seen myself on the other side like that, looking fresh with the American flag on the port side there. Over. Okay, next favorite thing I like to do is take the fuel filter cup out, especially when I'm doing the DCRs, but I think I leave that one in. We have a clip, standard clip, holding the coupler to the turbo side. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. Going to have to mess with that, those two 10 millis here on this clamp. Plastic clip, can I get it? I mean, metal clip, can I get it? Trying to be careful. I think I wound up getting it with this. Let's see. it's interesting watching myself do this. I'm not doing a whole lot of cuts and editing. Like, this is pretty much real time. It took me to get this off, except for that little break where I had cut to get that cold side charge pipe off. Man, my fingers are killing me. Great products. I love the pusher products. But man, when you got to take them suckers off, you really got to work for it. Get a hold of Elizabeth over there, pusherintakes.com. Elizabeth, she's been handling all of my customers. Just let her know that you're coming to see me, and she pretty much knows the drill. So, yep, got to take it off. 10 milli. I don't remember if this fought me as bad as the cold side did. I think I still had to fight with it. I think I remember using my trim tool to possibly help pry maybe the rubber boot off the intercooler. Maybe? You have my Scouts on there. I haven't watched any of these clips prior to me editing this, so I kind of forgot what I was doing. Oh, she's coming. I can hear myself grunting. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I got the volume turned really far down, but I can hear myself grunting. It's funny. What a goofball. I hope you guys find this comical. Lube. Come on, mama. Ain't no lie. Come on, I'm almost there. Oh, maybe I didn't pry on this one. Maybe it was a different one. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, man. What am I? I think I'm James Bond? Oh, there we go. Got the clippy-doo. Make sure you got the O-ring. Don't lose the O-ring, folks. Oh, I forgot. Since we had made this video, we got new lighting in the shop. Don't forget the clamp. 2 clamps. Clamps time 2. And then the clip that I think was still on the turbo, maybe. Where's it at? There it is. Gotta reuse it. Reusing everything. Gotta keep it clean. There we go. Look at this intake just coming right out. Just falling right out of there. Look at that. Look at that. Now don't forget, as you tear down your Ford, go down in drawer 3, where you are going to find urban3d.com. Check out urban3d.com and get yourself some intake port covers. He hooked me up with some Ford Blue. And he's got those sweet 4x4 hub lockout turning tools. Man, got to check them out. urban3d.com. Get you some stuff for the Christmas holiday. Okay, removing lower intake. We have 2 8mm clamps here on the top snorkel and the bottom snorkel. We just have one giant 8mm. I don't know what I was doing. I think I forgot what I was doing. Busting out the snub nose 3/8. My third favorite weapon in my arsenal. Hitting with them 10 mils. And then taking that throttle body off really gives you so much more room when you're pulling it off. You're not hitting the fan shroud, not in the way. Completely inhibited from removal. Do it all the time. I love it. I never used to. Okay, look at all that oil. Rub-a-dub-dub in the old tub. Just all pooled up. The culprit, look at that. Ooh, nasty. So that's what we're going for. It's the 19 mil, both the coolant and the oil. I think this is right where I may realize, oh, I should have drained the coolant, dummy. I don't know if I drained the coolant yet or not, but I think I'm looking for another plan of attack. You can see, once I got all that stuff out of there, you can really tell the how leaky all that stuff was. My favorite tool right here is going to be getting that 90-degree pick. You got to pop that little black collar off all 3 connections going to the turbo, whether it's the oil drain, the oil feed from the top going to the drain, and then the actual coolant line. But look at all the oil sitting in there. The whole underside of this truck was just completely saturated in oil, so come on, little clippy. Kind of tough to do it, but once you get it, they'll pop right out. You just gotta find that end. You guys can see I'm working right over the DCR. We had replaced this client's high pressure fuel pump. Trying to get this clip. This clip can be real tricky, but I got to get the right angle on the dangle here. You'll see. I don't know. You'll see me get it here. It's kind of tricky. I don't know what I'm trying to get right now. Sometimes getting to this turbo fitting can be a real pain. Sometimes if I can't get the bottom, I will try to do the top, and I think that's what I'm gonna go try and do now. Again, I gotta pop this black little cover off. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I don't know, it just kind of disintegrates on itself, so kind of see me working it here. I can't remember if this one was already popped up or not. Super hard angle. Couldn't really get a good camera shot in there. Yeah, it's a pain. The little Jesus clip is like a C, and you gotta get your pick on the end of one of those C's. So it really depends on if you can get it in there. Let's see what I wind up doing. Yeah, you can only really access it right through on the passenger side of the turbo. Can't really work on the driver's side because you have the wastegate, like what is that? The bracket for it. Little wastegate reservoir or diaphragm thingy. You can see it right there above my right hand pointer finger. Yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do to get your trim clip tool, or not trim clip tool, but your 90 degree pick. All right, I think I may have just gotten it. Once you get the one side, you're able to work it off, and it fell right between the turbo halves. I remember that. So you just have to use your magneto, pull that. Hopefully you don't lose it, because you're gonna need it. But it'll come with new. The fittings come with new ones anyway. So after that, it's ready just to go ahead and pop that sucker right out, and that's really about it for the line. The coolant line is pretty much the same style connection, steel line. 19 mil for the fitting. Oh yeah, 3/8 drive, no problem. Let's see what I do. I don't know if I use the hand tools or not. Yes I did. Oh, Need a bigger extension, I remember. I needed a 3-inch extension and not a little tiny, tiny extension. Pop it loose. Hello, dear. Hello. Hello. Boom. Got it loose. Got it loose like a goose. Pulling it out. This O-ring is going to be all snotty. There's an O-ring on the exterior sealing it from the turbocharger to the fitting, and then there's one on the inside that seals from the fitting to the line, which it could be oil or coolant, because that quick disconnect fitting is going to be the same. Hopefully I show you guys right here. Look at that orange O-ring, original. They're now black, but that is the oil fitting. All the brand new parts. We're starting with the coolant line. I'm going to show you the part number: Baker Charlie 3 Zebra 9 Union 469A. That's the coolant line. Lower oil fitting: Baker Charlie 3 Zebra 6 Apple 968 Charlie. Sorry, you're going to need 2 of those. This is the lower one with the David on the end. And then we have the actual oil line. These are definitely accessible wherever you guys, Ford dealers. I'm sure if you looked at these part numbers, you can get them on Rock Auto. Maybe, I haven't checked. But you can see the new O-ring color? Old, new, yucky, clean, ready to go. This is pretty much what's going to keep your stuff clean. I did finally have to drain the coolant, so I think I'm going to just go ahead and close that boy right on up so I don't get that all over the place, because I only needed to drain out just a little bit. So I'm going to hand start it, and I actually now that I think about it, I don't know if it happened right here. No, I think it happened when I did the coolant. This truck ate one of those fittings, and I lost it. I think it went down into one of the nooks and crannies next to the turbo, and I could not get it out. So I had to go in my cache of parts that I've stockpiled and had to find one and donate one to the build. Okay, I don't know if I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. We're going for the bottom one. Got an incher. An incher. Sometimes this one's a real pain in the booty. Just because the O-ring can fight you the whole entire time you're coming out. Otherwise, you'd want it just to spin right out. I think I gave it a couple turns and it was wound up coming right out. And I don't have a ratcheting inch, and you don't have enough room for a socket and ratchet, so you're gonna have to fight it with an open end wrench the whole time, unless you got a, look at that, got a little filter in there too. I don't know if you want to mess around with that, but I'm always getting new ones. No sense in reusing that nasty stuff. I think I see pretty much the same quantity of leakage, more the oil versus the coolant. But if you ask the oil if it's the upper or lower, I would say those would be equally as leaky, because they leak. They're leaky. Leakies. I've always just snugged these things down. I mean, I'm sure there's a torque spec, but I mean, I'll have to be honest, guys, I don't think I've ever had to actually look any of that stuff up. I just snug it down. I've never had an issue with it. This guy came actually all the way from Ontario to come see me. Been back several times. In fact, there he is right there. Coming over with shorts, eh? No, I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look. I like it. Alright, I don't know what I was doing. I think I'm just getting a game plan of what I'm gonna do next. I'll always start the oil line with the bottom going in first. Always got to start that, and then you pull up on the line and kind of place it into its hole. Why don't you just go to your home? Yep. All right, here we go. Hopefully gonna do a little fancy footwork here. Had to work around that DCR line. You would still have a factory CP4 line if that was to be there. Giving a little wiggle. Boom. I think I got it like halfway in. Needed to move farther up on my pad. I think I got it kind of jammed up. You just got to keep working it. You'll eventually see what I'm doing once you get your hands. I can explain it to you. I can show you where it's at. But once you guys actually get your hands on it and see exactly what I'm talking about, only then will you connect the dots. And that's what I'm here to do. Help you guys connect the dots and try to make these power strokes great again for you. I love when they come in with problems and leave leak-free, light-free, DPF squeaky clean. Gotta do the manual regens. Firm believer of the manual regens. Give that area now a nice spritz. Just got 3 cases of that brake cleaning today, and man, I love it. Best in the biz, man. Ooh-wee. Definitely don't be huffing this stuff. It is, man, that shit is strong. No lie. Get all that can. Do the whole can. Come on, don't waste it. Get it, babe. Get it. Yeah, sometimes when they get too low, they won't spray to the side. So I'll have cans all over the place because I got half a can here, quarter of a can here. Just gotta wait for that right opportunity. What do we got? Spray down that valley. Ooh, clean it, baby, clean it. Hate giving that stuff back to you guys. Nasty. Wish I had a wash bay with a drain in the floor. Man, I'd power wash every one of these tarnations of all nastiness. Alright, now that the oil's done, coolant's drained, I think I'm gonna get on to the coolant line. Check it. We have a tiny little clip clamp going underneath that DCR manifold. Make sure I break the line loose. Now, this Jesus clip is not only the exact same kind of Jesus clip as the 2 oil fitting connections, but it's even more hard of a spot. And what I fear is dropping the clip and not finding the clip and then having to take the turbocharger off. And if it's down there in those crevasses of the engine valley against the cylinder head and all that jazz, whew, I just would hope that it's not gonna fall into the engine, because I would not like that. I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now, but I think I'm trying to get that light placement, maybe. super hard to show you guys. I wish that firewall was just like a big mirror. That'd actually be really cool. If I was having a hard time seeing, I know it's gonna have a hard time showing you guys. So definitely went back and forth here for a few to get this one. I think I've dropped just a couple of clips out of all the ones that I've done, but usually get all of the clips with the new fittings, but I don't like to leave a lost comrade behind, so I try to find everything. Still not that good a vantage point. Coolant line is buried there on the drivers. Kind of, you just got to do what you got to do to get it off. I've never taken that little vacuum diaphragm off. If anybody else has, let me know. Go and hit the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking about this video so far. We are 41 minutes at this point in time into the video. Hope you guys are enjoying. Get yourself Jesus clipped. Oh, buddy. Hello, buddy. I think I just rigamarooed it out. Look at this balancing act. See how it's got like a C sort of thingy? You just got to get the size or the ends of those feet, and then you can pop it right out. Get this, I think I got a little pry bar, little trim tool. Check this little fiasco that I do. I get this little trim tool, right? Then I come up here, get the pad out the way, come right by the turbo, and get this coolant line, and just kind of do one of them. Just kind of pop it right out. Pop it right out. Work it off the coolant crossover tube. Boom. Coolant fitting. Sorry. Coolant line out of here. Oh yeah. Coming back with a new part. It's got new clamps. It's already pre-sprung. All you gotta do is slip it on and then use your tool to pop it back on. But let's see if I catch it on film. I was such a buffoon. Let's watch me drop this fitting. Here we go. I'm gonna bust it loose. I had to get the big one. I had forgotten that I needed just a little bit more power. Alright. Check it. Oh yeah. We're busted loose. Real shallow bolt, not bolt, but the thread holes into the turbo. Actual fitting, they're real shallow. So here we go. Let's try to use some finesse, right? Boom, give it a little shake, a little twisty twist. Maybe fighting a little bit of corrosion, fighting just build up coagulated funk. Alright, boom, look at that. Coming right out. Coming right out there, boys, eh? Okay, get it out. Come on. Come on. We're not keeping it. Oh, we got it. Alright. Here was the crucial mistake. Oh, yeah. I'll just put it in right here. Oh, and I think I drop it right. Oh, show me your old face, right? Oh, man, look. I just dropped it. You freaking turkey. Oh, man, I looked everywhere. Couldn't find that freaking thing. Good thing we have a cache of parts, so I was able to keep the show rolling. And, yeah. Not in the valley. Definitely not in the valley. I can assure you of that. I think it went down a little nook and cranny there down by the turbo. But once you get it in, it's no big deal to put the coolant line on. You saw how it came off. This one coming on, no big deal. Don't forget to hit the clamp. I actually forgot one of those once, and I was able to luckily reach a long pair of the same kind of pliers down between the intake and pop it loose. So don't forget. So I can't remember what I'm doing now. I think I can just start with the removal process, making sure everything's in place. Put that little guy back on, and I think we're going to remove the blue ports over here on the valve covers, and I think it's going to be intake manifold time. Yep, definitely intake manifold time. Don't forget to pop that off because you're going to need to put that on the turbo. Well, at least that's what I do. I put it on just like that, and then when I go to put the lower intake on, I don't wind up fighting anything because I like it when it just kind of pops on like this, and a little easier to maneuver that puppy back down on there. So got 3 10s, long one where my right hand is, and 2 10s right, 2 short 10s right there. Just kind of lifting them up so I can, there you go, put it in the hole. We'll have 3 8mm worm clamps to deal with, 2 on that rubber piece that I just put on the turbo, and then 1 on the lower intake connecting right to the turbo inlet. So I'm gonna get a couple of 10 mils, gonna zip these down. Oh yeah, 3/8 gun. I'm gonna take my boot that I put on, and I'm just gonna pull it directly towards me. Just gotta work it, work it, work it. There you go. Slide that on. 2 8mm. You can see the little bolt head sort of right there. Boom. Gonna tighten it. Tightening. Very good. Next one. Very good. Then we got a third one right there. Go for that third one. Oh yeah. Good. Good. Looking good. Alright, so now what are we going to do? We're going to pull the blue things out. Yep, time to remove the blue things. I knew it was coming up. I mean, you can use the Urban 3D things like I had just used, or you can use rags or something. Just please don't forget them. But I'm going to grab the intake, just kind of set this on. Every truck's going to be just a smidge different. I'm noticing that the more wore out your cab mounts are, the harder it is to get that intake manifold off. So just forewarning, may be easy, may not be easy. I like to get these front 7 kind of pushed into the hole, kind of aligning the intake, and then I'll come through with a 8mm 3/8 drive and kind of cinch these ones down. Oh yeah. I don't know. I like to do the same. I like to do the same thing the same way every time. I'm not going to come back with, where is it? Ah, yes, the quarter drive. I'm going to come back and hit these rear ones, the 4 of them on each side. Got to switch over to the shorty wobble. So crucial to have these wobbles, man. I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. Definitely need the wobbles. Oh yeah. Switching a little different camera angle. Now they get these 4 done on the driver's side, I try to finagle the oil and transmission dipstick tubes, but I just showed you a plastic clip that I do see a lot of trucks come in without, and that is what holds the vacuum line that goes to the turbo wastegate solenoid, or I should say diaphragm,
and I'm trying to clip that on, and then that clips on to the transmission dipstick tube, and then the little 8mm bolt with the big washer head on it is what secures that. Going for the quarter drive 8mm, tethering the oil dipstick tube to the intake manifold, now the transmission to the oil, all via little 8mm bolts. I don't know how I feel about these lights. I like them, I don't like them, I do, I don't. I don't know. I'm partial to them. Okay, going for the passenger side. Gonna do the same 4 little 8mm bolts. Going for the wobbly do. Gotta have that wobble, man. Dun, 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 dun. So you get the front ones with a little longer extension, and I switch over, take the extension off just the socket, and I can put the head of it right in there next to the firewall and hit those back two without a problem. Where's my harness? There it is. Put it in its tether, clip it to the intake. Watch out for these coolant lines. It's got a little tether for that, and I think the next thing I might do is grab that little there it is, that little pipe. Remember when I put it down in the air filter like a half hour ago? Now we're gonna put it back on. Do not drop those bolts. They are not magnetic. Boom, boom, boom. Get these guys in, and then probably gonna be some throttle body time. I'm looking at that right here at the bottom of the screen. That's kind of the next thing to go on. Then I'll couple the air filter here. But this process usually goes fairly smooth. It's getting sometimes the stuff apart because either, like you saw me struggling with the hot side pipe, sometimes the ducts, the couplers don't want to come off, but we wind up getting them, zipping them, zippity dude. 8mm, 4 of them. Like I told you when we took them apart, we reuse these gaskets. I don't really have a problem with them leaking. Okay, we got a little plastic C-clip directly to the passenger side of that air inlet, and then another tether right where I put that connector, factory location. So now I believe we're gonna go for the whole air filter. Just drop that sucker in there, and we got this special little guy. Oh, actually, let me take this out. Hold on, let me take it out. Put this here. Let me put the snorkel in. Putting the snorkeling in. Some of you guys might be wondering, why again am I taking this out? 2 things. I think I just realized that I probably should have put the throttle body on because it would have been a little more accessible. And other people might be wondering why I didn't take that coolant line off right there. Well, that's actually part of the secondary cooling system. And if I don't need to access it, I'm not going to drain it. So I do what I can to work around having to drain the cooling system. But if the customer requests the coolant to be changed, then I will make my job a little easier and drain said coolant. But usually I'll just keep it rocking and rolling. So I got the throttle body and the gasket and the bolts. I don't separate them. I put them all in, every single one of them, just like this. All right. Come on, get that yellow clip. Bing, bing, bing. Come on. Right to my finger. And then what I'll do with my right middle finger is I'm pushing the bottom bolts both in, aligning the holes, and then I just start ripping into the top throttle body is exactly where it needs to be, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it's stripping out or you cross-threading them. They're pretty much in the hole that it needs to be. It's you just snugging them down. So now, because that's on, now I really could put the air intake on, because that little horn, a little air resonate chamber kind of hangs over it. So I'm gonna go over here, grab this weird looking clamp. Oh yeah. Small little 10 mil nut. We usually have some 11s. I can't remember if it was this truck or if it was one of the next trucks, but I remember this clamp screwing with me. I don't know if it was this one or not. Maybe not. Sensor connector. Charger cooler temp sensor connector. Don't forget that one. Now we can put the air snorkel on. Dun dun dun. Slip that right on to the front of the lower intake. And then that has an 8 milli bolt. Thank you very much. Put that in. Hit it with the gun or that. We have a clamp that's going to be going to the turbo inlet anyway, so sometimes this bolt gives a little resistance, so I like using the gun on it, but I think this one wound up being actually okay. Moving right along. Looking like the air filter. Yep, no big deal. Pop that puppy in, and then just, yep, work that on. Mass airflow sensor connector should be just kind of dangling. She's got a whole shoebox full of dangly ones. Should be dangling right there. Yep, there it is. Don't forget it. Got it. Okay, where's that lid? Lydia. Boom. Then we have 2 longins, 2 shorties. They are Phillips in nature. Just kind of put them boys in. I have, there it is. Didn't even put it on the cart. Quarter drive. Phillips installed Banks air filter. 11 through 16. You don't got it. Get it. You'll like it. Oh yeah. Just that one more step closer. Time to clip on my most favorite line. That DCR supply line. Let's see here. What's the next pipe here? We're gonna grab the hot side pipe. Now it's gonna be very crucial that we make sure that it is properly lubricated. Pull this off. Come on. It's a bugger, man. It ain't no joke. They definitely is tight. Okay, I'm gonna do something like this. I think I'm just gonna pop it on and pull. This is the one-piece pusher pipe. I'm pushing it onto the turbo inlet, and then spreading that clamp, and then this. Oh, come on, baby. It hurts the fingers so bad. It is no lie. Come on, once you get it moved, you'll get it moving. Just bear with me. You'll get it. It just really sucks. I don't usually use a silicone spray. I didn't want to take this all the way off the pipe on the bench and go through this just holding it. So I'm just kind of trying to circumvent doing that whole thing, because I didn't want to do that. But I do remember I wound up getting it. I was trying to use any kind of lube I could get in there. Trying to get that little lip right there. I think I almost got it. So close. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, it's right there. I remember that. That was my freaking fingers, dude. My fingers hurt. Just look. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. No big deal. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Kind of wiggle these down over it. I like to always start this clamp first, whether it's an Superduty or steel body. And then I like to slide this clamp on and verify that in fact the lip of the pipe is in. You can see it right where my thumb knuckle is, the rib of that pipe inside that silicone duct. So I know I've gotten it in there far enough. So, all right, cold side, hot side, everything looks intact.
All right, well that is it. That was start to finish. I hope you like this narration. You're gonna have to go to the quarter car wash. Do you guys wanna see that? Should we take him to the quarter car wash? All right, I guess you're gonna come to the quarter car wash. So let me get all this stuff out the way and get me $2.75. And we're gonna go spray some stuff off. All right, here we go. This is actually has a Kelderman air ride and no rear leaf springs on this. Here we go. Watch these big boy mirrors. Coming out. Coming out. Big boy. We got the next victim. The next victim. Ooh, she good looking truck too. Can we help you with your lighting needs? Oil leaks? Coolant leaks? What can we do you for? Quarter car wash. Well, we are back. Quarter car wash. That turkey. You know, I'm very busy during the day, and when text messages go off and emails, oh my gosh, it just compounds whatever I'm doing that much better. That much harder, I mean. All right, so we need to go and get some quarters. We need to get some quarters. Oh, we need to get some quarters. Nope, that ain't working. This one's taking it. Nope, that's not taking it. We're working a whole bunch of machines today, pals. No, this one's not taking it. Oh, that just gave me, that's not working. Dollar coins only. For customers only. Oh wow, Liberty 1979. And I got some new Liberties. I'll be damned. All right. This is my backup. We got new security in house. $3! $3! Freaking highway robbery. Would you look at that? What do you guys put it on? What am I gonna put it on? I guess let's do a little engine cleaner. Let's go here in the valley of the shadow of death. Let's get that degreaser on. Come on, puppy. I got 3 minutes left. Start spraying some green jizz, slime, alien stuff. Come on. Today. Come on, man. You're wasting my time. 2 minutes 48. I can't even get this stuff to soak. Oh, here it goes. Ah, we had to purge it. All right, filling up the valley. All right, it kind of smells like Windex. Let's go down below. Let's go down below. Oh, nasty. Okay, oil pan. Transpan, bell housing, all that nasty nast. All right, let's switch it over to the, what are we gonna do? Let's do that ceramic seal. Let's seal this ceramically. Woo! Whoa, Nelly! Smell like palm olive. Pine sol. Oh yeah, get the coolant line. Oh yeah. Fuel. Remember we leaked all that fuel right there. Okay, we got 1:21 left. Let's go ahead and get this. Okay, get the bottom, the belly of the beast. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That bell housing all nice and clean. Oil drain plug all nice and clean. Well, I think, how much time I got left? What are we working with? Seconds? 14 seconds. Can I get one spray? 10 seconds. I got 9 full seconds. Let's get a spray. $3 for 3 minutes. Now that's some bullshit. Well, I do like to leave these trucks a little cleaner. And then they come in. This one, straight from the Great White North. This is probably, I don't know, 3rd or 4th time he's been back. We did the EGR cooler upgrade. We did some radiators. We did some pusher pipes. And we just did this oil leak here for the turbo fittings. And if you have a steel body, I bet you have fittings that are leaking too. If you're already in there doing the lines for the coolant, or maybe you had a oil leak, just like this one, do them both at the same time. You're in there, the parts are not expensive. The 3 fittings aren't really that expensive, and if you don't want to do it, bring it to me. I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share. I'll see you guys next time.